Okay, this is, I don't know, fifth day maybe that we've worked on this house. We have pretty much all the siding off except for this little section here that I'm working on. It's the porch. The porch is now open on both sides. Andrew got the other side of the house over there completely removed. But this is a problem area. Look at how lovely that is. Who knows what's lived in there for how many years. This is the window that when I showed you the inside of the house, I said most people would walk away. By the looks of it, it's going to take a lot of restoration to fix this, but Andrew's really good at what he does, so we have complete confidence that this is going to be brought back and looking great.
So we have a full load headed for the dump, and during the drive it's kind of nice to talk about some of the goals of the project and what we have going with everything. So I came to Hannibal about 7 years ago, and before arriving here I was just an average guy with a mortgage and normal bills. I had pretty much everything paid off. I followed the Dave Ramsey plan, and I was essentially debt-free besides my mortgage, which I had in Arizona. I had a bit of a mortgage and a little equity in my home. But after moving to Hannibal, Missouri, I realized something that I wish I would have known 40 years ago. And that's, the power of buying an old building that's on the city's teardown list. I mean, really taking a piece of junk property, and then because I had more time than I had money, I just started nibbling away at it. I didn't have a lot of skills. I was pretty handy, but mainly it was just watching YouTube videos and going after the project step by step and learning as I went. And I essentially turned a 6-unit apartment building that was ready for the wrecking ball into an investment property that supports me, and I don't have to work for anybody anymore. So that's the beauty of what happened with me. It was kind of the perfect storm, and there's a lot of moving pieces that I'll go over in this video and some of the other videos, but if you follow kind of the general plan of what I did and apply it to your own skill sets and your own situation, you can come out a winner in this whole thing. And I guess the first element was when I came to Hannibal, I realized pretty quickly that you can get a really cheap property. You don't have to pay much for a piece of property, and you can take that. It's going to be dirty, ugly, run down, ready for the wrecking ball, essentially. But you take that property and heck, if you spend $10,000 or $20,000 on it, you can take that and turn it into quite an investment. For me, because I bought this 6-unit apartment building, I was able to fix up 1 unit at a time and then rent them out as they go. So as I finished one apartment, I would rent it, and then I would go on to the next apartment, and then to the next, and using the rent income as I went to finance the rest of the project. I hired myself out as a handyman, doing projects on other people's property just like mine. And for a while there I was working half a day for somebody else and then half a day for myself. And by cash flowing my way through the project and really reinvesting every dollar I made into the project, I was able to build this business that I have now. So this this building that we're kind of showing you, navigating our way through, I wanted to take a building from start to finish and show you what it takes and what I did and what you can do as well. And it all starts with choosing the area. You really have to look around and figure out, one, where do you want to live? Where do you want to spend your time? And apply that to your model as far as where you're going to start this project. Now, Hannibal, Missouri is a bit unique, for me anyhow. And you may have more information on different parts of the country, but what I saw in Hannibal was a lot of old, historic, beautiful buildings that were being neglected. And the locals here, they don't seem to want to fix them up, or maybe they don't have the startup money or the confidence in things. But as an outsider, I came in and I looked at this town and I thought, boy, there's a lot of old buildings that are just neglected. And as a result, they're very, very cheap. You can pick them up. At the tax auction, it's not uncommon to be able to pick up a nice old building that's able to be renovated for a couple $1,000s. And if you go to the city, and if there's a building on the tear down list, the minimum that they sell it for is usually about $500. So you can pick these buildings up for next to nothing. And I think the main goal that the city has is to not tear down buildings, because it costs them money to tear these things down. It usually costs anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 for the city to tear these things down. But as an investor and as somebody who can come in and bring the building back up on the tax rolls, so there's somebody paying taxes on this thing, and there's somebody loving these buildings, fixing them up. That's ultimately what the city wants. And it makes Hannibal a better place, and it's a win-win. So it's not uncommon to be able to go up to the city and say, hey, what kind of stuff do you have on the teardown list? They'll very openly share that list with you and work with you, as long as they know you're the type of person who's going to do the right thing and fix these things up and make it beautiful. So
hopefully you can hear us above the engine noise. But some people would ask why we didn't just rent a dumpster. We have, the trailer. It's a pretty large trailer that's full of our debris from our tearing off from the house. And in Hannibal, it's not only that you have to pay to rent the dumpster, you have to have a city permit. It has to be in a certain place. It can't block streets or alleys. And we're really close to a business, and we're also on a one-way street. You have your initial cost of the dumpster, which is very expensive, and then you are only allowed to have it for so many days. After that, you have to pay a daily fee. If you have them come dump it, you're paying an extra cost. And for us right now, since we don't know how long it's going to take us to tear off all the siding and go through some of the things, it's not very feasible for us to spend $400 to $700
This is Jackie's first time at the landfill. This is really exciting for her.
Oh man.
And let me tell you, it's a lot of work to do this. You have to unload a flatbed trailer as opposed to having a dump bed trailer, or maybe getting a roll-off. But if it's easy, it's usually not the right thing to do when you're doing what we're doing. You've got to put the hard work in and get things done.
I don't know why he's so excited that this is my first time in the dump.
The landfill is a fun place.
Well, I don't know about fun place. He thinks it's a fun place. I don't know.
So we're done with the dump run this morning, and that took us up until about lunchtime. This afternoon we're going over to Quincy, Illinois, because we found out that because of supply chain issues, those cedar shingles are kind of hard to come by. So the local stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, and so forth, don't have them. Boy, look at that river. It looks beautiful. You know, we should be out there kayaking today. It's starting to warm up, and we have a beautiful blue sky day, and looks like the Mississippi River has calm waters today. Yeah, we're crossing over into Illinois from Missouri right now.